Welcome back everyone to another video on the channel, and in the midst of all of the FIFA nostalgia that is going on at the moment, I decided why not create a tier list of every single FIFA game that I have ever played. Now I'm only including games from like the big consoles on this, so anything from a handheld is not going to be included, so shout out to FIFA 09 and FIFA 10 and FIFA 11 on DS and FIFA 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 on mobile. I will not be including those in this video, but every game that I've played on a console will be, and that includes all of the World Cup games and FIFA Street as well. And some of the games I actually played on multiple consoles, so they will also be included. Basically, this is every single FIFA I've ever played on any kind of console. And we are going to go in chronological order. And a quick look at the categories as well. We've got GOAT game, which means that one of the greatest of all time. Good, as in, yeah, I quite enjoyed it, but it's not the GOAT. Decent is like, yeah, I enjoyed it, but the game was probably a bit rubbish. Meh is just kind of no feelings, not great. Don't really it's either I haven't got much feeling towards it, wasn't really too great, or just kind of like forgot about it. And trash is, well, what you expect. And I am going to factor everything I can into this as well. It's not just going to be about one specific thing like the gameplay or how good Ultimate Team was or how good Career Mode was or whatever. Everything is a factor, whether that be, you know, the game modes, my enjoyment of the game modes and the game itself. And I also have fond memories of some of these games as well. But let's stop the chit chat now and get on with the first game, which is FIFA 10 on the Wii. Yes, that was the first time I ever played a FIFA game, was FIFA 10 on the Wii. I think it was a decent way to be introduced to a football game. Bear in mind, I'd not played a proper football game before this. The only football game I played was Mario Strikers Charge Football. I've actually done a video on that game as the first ever football game I played. If you want to check it out, link will be in the description below. FIFA 10 on the Wii, I'm just going to put in decent, because I think it was a good way for me personally to get introduced to football. It was such a simple game. I think it felt like it was more designed for kids, to be honest with you. I mean, I was 12 years old when this game came out. For example, the shooting mechanics, there was no power bar. You couldn't power up your shot. They had things such as the momentum, which if you filled up the momentum bar at the bottom, it meant that your shots, your passes and everything like that would be better. Power shots, the way free kicks worked were very interesting. And I guess moving swiftly on from that, we're going to go with FIFA 10 on the PS3. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to put that in meh. Don't really have many memories of FIFA 10 on the PS3. It was at a time where the PS3 was in the living room at home, didn't really get much chance to play it, didn't really play it all too often either. So that's just my personal opinion. It was an okay game, but I don't think I played it enough to have a proper opinion on it. So now we move on to FIFA 11. And once again, we're starting with FIFA 11 on the Wii. And this might sound a bit stupid, but I'm going to put it in good. It was a far better game than FIFA 10 on the Wii. It reintroduced the power bar for shooting, which was massive. It took away all the momentum related stuff and basically all of the sort of, I mean, it took away a lot of the niche stuff that FIFA 10 had, made it less for kids. It made it feel more like a proper football game than a football game for kids. The biggest factor of FIFA 11 on the Wii was the fact that it had the street mode. I can't even remember what it's called. And it was essentially FIFA Street on FIFA. It was like Volta, but back in FIFA 11. In these street matches, you'd have like power-ups as well. You could use any team in the game that you wanted. You had like power-ups, which would come up every so often. You had stuff like curve shot, power shot, shoulder barge, slide tackle. You could make the opposition team really tiny. It was truly just an amazing experience. And now we move on to FIFA 11 on the PS3. I got towards the end of the FIFA cycle. At this point, I didn't have online or anything like that. I didn't get online, PSN, whatever, until midway through FIFA 12. FIFA 11 on the PS3, I'm going to be honest, this is probably nostalgia for me. I'm also putting that in good. I was still introducing myself to the proper versions of FIFA at this point, so I didn't play many modes, couldn't play Ultimate Team, didn't have online, didn't really play Career Mode at all. I basically just spent my time learning the game, playing kickoff, and just trying to score really good goals. But now, before we move on to FIFA 12, I'm actually going to roll it back a bit. And we're going to go back to FIFA 07, specifically on the PS2. And this, it's a GOAT game. FIFA 07 on the PS2 is a goated game without question. I think the main reason why it's a goated game, and probably the reason why most people would have fond memories of FIFA 07, is the career mode. Career mode in FIFA 07 was just ridiculous. You had sponsors, you had like manager objectives. I can't remember much about it, if I'm being honest. It's been a long time since I've played career mode on FIFA 07. But aside from the career mode, just the general gameplay and the general fun factor of FIFA 07 just puts it right up there. And then FIFA 08 on the PS2. Not too much different to FIFA 07, but didn't have the same fun factor. So I'm going to put that in meh. FIFA 08 on the PS3 is also going to go in meh, because I barely remember anything about that. It was the first FIFA game I played on that generation of console, but in all honesty, can't remember anything about it. Well, that's out the way. Let's move on to FIFA 12. Now, this is between good and GOAT game for me, and I don't know which one to put it in. It's going in good. FIFA 12 was the year that I first started playing online. So I got introduced to Ultimate Team in this year, and this was when Ultimate Team was probably at its peak in terms of nostalgia factor, I guess. Like, if people talk about the good old days of Ultimate Team, they will refer you to FIFA 12 or FIFA 13 straight away. And FIFA 12 was the start of, you know, well, it wasn't the start, but it was when KSI got massive, and he just exploded the popularity of Divisions, which was a new game mode for that year. I played a lot of Divisions. Ultimate Team I was awful at, but luckily this was a time when you could delete your club as many times as you wanted. I just had not grasped the aspect of contracts. So I would always start up a new club, sign a few or buy a few gold players here and there, and then they'd all run out of contracts, and I'd have no coins left because I'd bought too many players rather than contracts, and then I'd have to restart and start all over again. FIFA 12 was the first year I played career mode, and I remember specifically doing a career mode with Leeds United, and I was, again, very inspired by KSI, and I was signing the likes of John Taylor, and I was signing the likes of Hoosclep. Almost playing it like Football Manager, that I wasn't going for young players that would grow, I was just going for players I'd heard of. I specifically remember having a front three of Hoosclep, John Taylor, and Wilfred Zaha at Leeds. Now, FIFA 12 hasn't gone in GOAT game because FIFA 13 is. FIFA 12 and FIFA 13 were effectively the same as each other in a way. You know, FIFA 13 was FIFA 12 with a lick of paint, but gameplay wise had changes, such as the active first touch, was it now? So there was a lot more jeopardy in your first touch. Basically, if you held sprint, your player's first touch would be awful. FIFA 13 was the first year that I started Ultimate Team from the start of the game and actually somewhat progressed through it. I always remember every month or so just selling my entire Ultimate Team and building a new one. I had a front two of Wellerton and Elkus, and oh my days. I played a lot more Ultimate Team than I did career mode in this year, but I specifically remember doing a career mode with Manchester City in a Super League format. And then FIFA 14 came out. Now, I only played FIFA 14 on the PS3. I did not get it for next gen. I did not get a PS4 until a lot later on. And unfortunately, FIFA 14 on that generation of console is going in trash. It was such a downgrade from FIFA 13. It was monumental. They made lots of gameplay updates to make it more realistic. They added in, you know, different kinds of shots and, you know, different, basically they updated the physics of the ball massively, but the game just felt slow, sluggish. You could tell that they just made it because it was a stopgap between the release of the game and the release of the next gen consoles, so it really felt like a stopgap, and unfortunately I had to play it for the entire cycle. They had a complete overhaul of the menus to what everyone kind of knows the menus to be nowadays. The tiles, the blocks, that was when EA updated to that menu. Hard to believe that menu lasted for 10 years. Career mode had global transfer network added, and whilst in the end it was a good addition, the addition of it in FIFA 14 sucked. You'd gone from being able to search for whatever player you wanted, whatever stats you wanted, being able to see all the players overall and stats, to not being able to see them at all. Obviously nowadays in the global transfer network, if you fully scout a player, you could see their overall and their stats and everything. In FIFA 14, if you fully scouted a player, you couldn't see their overall at all. You did not know their overall. And their stats, the best you could do was like a range of like 5 or 4 or 5 for every single stat. Their price was also a range, I believe. If not, it wasn't fully correct. And then we move on to FIFA 15, again, on the PS3. I still didn't have a PS4 at this point. And FIFA 15 on the PS3 was very meh. It wasn't as trash as FIFA 14 on the PS3. I mean, you could tell the game had been made for the next-gen consoles and they hadn't put too much effort into the previous gen. It was basically FIFA 14.5 with a lick of paint. But the gameplay was slightly better, and I had one of my favourite ever career modes in this, with Port Vale career mode, where once I got to the Premier League, I signed like Sergio Aguero, and that was like the first time I'd sort of done a full-on road to glory. FIFA 15 was the year of having Ibarbo. I remember having Ibarbo and Marco Sau in my ultimate team, Mo Salah on the right as well. But this was the year I did get my PS4, so FIFA 15 on the PS4 is up next, and that goes in decent. Now, a lot of people are going to disagree with me here. So first off, I only played FIFA 15 on the PS4 for 3 months. Obviously, this is when I started my YouTube channel, was my Roma career mode. I started that literally a week after I got my PS4. So obviously I've got to give it respect for that. I guess I just didn't get enough time to appreciate FIFA 15 on the PS4 and on that generation of console. So for me, it can only go in decent. I mean, if I'd have played it throughout the whole year, it would have been in one of the top 2 categories for sure. But I did not get enough time with the game to be able to put it any higher than decent, which I'm sorry for. That's just my personal experience. Now, this is a game that everyone is saying was absolute trash. I'm not going to disagree with people who say that. However, FIFA 16, whilst the gameplay was not very good, FIFA 16 is a game which I have some of my best memories of playing FIFA from. And this is why I said at the start of the video that I'm not just basing it off what the gameplay was like or what certain modes were like or anything like that. FIFA 16 contains so many of my favourite memories from ever playing FIFA. I packed my first ever special card on FIFA 16. It was a Team of the Season Moussa Dembele, I believe. I also had what is probably one of my most favourite ever personal career mode save, Portsmouth in FIFA 16. Just some of the players I had in that save. Iheanacho up front. I signed Timo Werner for the left hand side. Some of the youth players I had, and just the memories of that. Tete Dele, the CDM, which ended up being the manager for my FIFA 17 save. You must have been good if you become a manager of a YouTube save when you weren't in a previous YouTube save. This might be very controversial amongst everyone else, but FIFA 16 goes in decent. And I only just went through like career mode memories. Like I remember my first ever squad builder video I did on FIFA 16 on YouTube, which had players like Team of the Season Andre Gray, funny full circle moment that he now plays for Vale. You know, Wellington Silva, Michael Antonio. Oh my days. Giuliano! One of my favourite ever players to use in a FIFA game. Oh, the skills and goals compilations. Oh my days, this was the year for skills for me. Foot drafts, the demo. Oh my god, this might actually have to go in good, you know. Having deeped that, I'm gonna do it. I'm so sorry. The memories for me far outweigh the game. Okay, let's quickly move on. And probably another very, very, very controversial opinion. A lot of people amongst this whole time of people saying what their best FIFAs are. And everyone has been saying that one of the best FIFAs they've ever played is FIFA 17. But I am sorry. FIFA 17 was trash for me. Obviously, FIFA 17 was the year they moved over to the Frostbite engine. And in my opinion, the Frostbite era of FIFA was by far the worst era of FIFA by an absolute country mile. FIFA 17's gameplay, in my personal opinion, was awful. Having had all of those memories in FIFA 16, yes, the gameplay wasn't great, but I enjoyed my skill compilations. FIFA 17 just was, no. FIFA 17 wasn't it. And overall, I just can't remember anything good coming out of FIFA 17 at all. It's not that I don't remember anything about FIFA 17. I remember a lot of stuff. I just don't remember anything good coming out of FIFA 17. And also the journey. I think the journey is a massive weight in terms of whether people liked FIFA 17 or not. The journey was trash. FIFA 17 was the only year I played all the way through the journey. I don't know, it was just something about it just did not hit with me at all. So we'll move swiftly on to FIFA 18 for the sole reason that it was just better than FIFA 17, but still not a great game. It was FIFA 17, but purple and grey, or whatever the colour scheme was. The gameplay had improved. Everything else did not. They introduced squad battles in this game, which is very good for me as an awful online player. Now, FIFA 19 it's in the same kind of bracket as FIFA 16 for me in terms of memories. However, there wasn't that many memories, and therefore FIFA 19 goes in decent. Not good memories, but not as many memories as FIFA 16. Much better than FIFA 17 and better than FIFA 18. I mean, it includes my most favourite career mode ever, the Port Vale Youth Series. Without a doubt, my most favourite career mode ever, content or no content. Gameplay, I really enjoyed the gameplay in FIFA 19. Loads of people really didn't, and obviously everyone's entitled to their opinion, and my opinion is that the gameplay was decent. In terms of the Frostbite era, FIFA 19 had the best gameplay of the Frostbite era in my opinion. FIFA 20, oh boy. Trash. I hate the fact that this was the game that we had to endure lockdown with. The gameplay was just stale. Ultimate Team was stale. I mean, obviously, they didn't have a lot to work with in Ultimate Team come February, March because there was no football being played. So the promos they made in Ultimate Team were decent, but the gameplay was just oh, they introduced dynamic potential and it was broken. It was so broken. The morale system was so broken. The amount of saves I did where I could not continue because I would get sacked because of unrest in the dressing room, which you couldn't fix because it was broken. Oh, take a breath, let's try again. But yeah, FIFA 20, as much as it's probably the FIFA I played the most out of any because of lockdown, just not it, unfortunately. And the most trash game of them all, FIFA 21. Why is FIFA 21 the most trash game of them all? It's the only FIFA that made me stop playing FIFA. During FIFA 21, I had all the issues with my PC. Didn't help, obviously, but I still played it on console when I didn't have my PC, etc, etc. But I stopped playing FIFA during FIFA 21. Like, I stopped playing FIFA during FIFA 19 for a time, but that was because I got drawn in by Fortnite. Like, Fortnite drew me away from FIFA, but it wasn't FIFA 19's fault that I wasn't playing as much FIFA 19. FIFA 21 was the reason I stopped playing FIFA 21. Now we move on to the current gen era of FIFA games. Hypermotion, PS5, FIFA 22, where are you at? You are in GOAT game, my friend. I am going to go out on a limb and say that FIFA 22 has my favourite gameplay of all of them. You could talk about the likes of FIFA 13 or FIFA 17 or whatever having good gameplay. Obviously, I think FIFA 17's gameplay is trash, but those are the two games that a lot of people have been saying. FIFA 22, I don't know what it was. FIFA 22 was just so good. And obviously, I have really fond memories of FIFA 22 with my Blackpool series that catapulted my channel in the grand scheme of how big my channel currently is. A large part of that is thanks to the Blackpool series. But it's not just that. Not only did I have the Blackpool career mode, I had another career mode away from YouTube with Mallorca, which was just, oh my days, it's one of my favourite career modes I've ever done. That's probably the first career mode as well, where I actually moved clubs in that career mode. I had, honestly, the story to end all stories off the camera on career mode. They were in the Segunda division, got promoted at the first attempt. I had a future star spawning called Gonzalez. He was like a 6'7" beast striker. He was like 70 odd rated, went straight into the squad. I sold him to Bayern Munich for like 200 million or something ridiculous. Lewandowski's regen, whose name I do remember, it was Jacek Musiał, Kamaldeen Sulemana on the left, Harvey Elliott on the right, Unai Ventador pulling the strings in the midfield. Oh! Fortunately, I never won the Champions League with Mallorca. So what I did was I moved myself to Bayern Munich, re-signed Jacek Musiał, who was back up to Gonzalez, and got to the Champions League final and played against Mallorca and beat them. It was, I'm going to be honest, FIFA 23 is going to go in decent. FIFA 22 was my favourite gameplay of all time, so FIFA 23 had a hard act to follow, and it didn't follow it, unfortunately. During FIFA 23 was when I took my break from YouTube, I didn't stop playing the game. I just took a break from YouTube. Don't really remember much about career mode, but Ultimate Team, this was the year. Basically, amongst our friend group, we basically drew out a random league and a random nation, and you had to build those two teams and build them up, etc. like that. And I remember getting La Liga and Portugal. I remember Beto up front for my Portuguese side, Ricardo Horta in behind. As you can see, the memories for these two games in particular were just exquisite. And now we move away from FIFA, for now, into the current era of FC. FC 24. Is gonna go in. Ooh, where's FC 24 gonna go? You know what? FC 24 is gonna go in good. For some reason, I feel like everyone was expecting it to be a different game, even though it's not a different game. It's just got a new name and a new look. But I remember FC 24 following on from FIFA 23, and the gameplay made it feel like a brand new game. Like in terms of, it wasn't a continuation of the series it was part of. It was a it felt like a new start, including the gameplay. Just playing Ultimate Team, and this was the first year I had a Port Vale squad at Evo, and the front three of Alfie Devine, Gavin Massey, and James Wilson. Then I got to play FUT Champs with it, and then Gavin Massey got dropped for Ryan Loft because of one of the Evos right at the end. I really enjoyed the gameplay. I don't know what it was, I just really enjoyed the gameplay of FC 24. FC 25 now. Interesting selection here. It's either decent or meh. I am going to put FC 25 in decent, I think. FC 25, personally, for me, helped me through a lot. Obviously, I came back to YouTube for FC 25 and did my Port Vale series, which was amazing. I loved it. I did spend a lot of time away from FC 25 because of moving house, but I feel like FC 25 helped me through a very good period in my life, which sounds kind of backwards, you know. You're probably more fond of a game if it helps you through a bad period of your life. But FC 25 was there during a great period of my life, and it only helped it, basically. It only added to it. It was regression from FC 24. The gameplay was stale, but I had the Port Vale series. I once again did a Port Vale Evo squad on Ultimate Team and really enjoyed doing it. Oh, of course, FC 25. I had a career mode with Almeria. I was trying to sort of recreate the magic of my Mallorca career mode in FIFA 22, and I really kind of did. Having Samu up front, I had a 99 rated Abdul Fatawu. Mark Pubil, he was the only player who was there from the very start to the very end, was right back for the entire thing. When I saw he'd got to move to Atletico Madrid, I was buzzing. That career mode and the Ultimate Team stuff I did makes it a GOAT game, and the gameplay makes it trash. Met in the middle. Now, FC 26, obviously this is the current game. Oh, I don't know, because I think this year, generally, I've played a lot less FIFA than I have in a while. FIFA 21 was the last time I stopped playing the game to play other stuff. I think FC 26 is the first game since FIFA 21 where I have done that. At no point have I really stopped playing FC 26 like properly, but I have played a lot of other games during this time. I've played a lot more Rocket League, for example. I've been playing a lot more GeoGuessr during FC 26. And actually, yeah, FC 26 again, it's the first time since FIFA 21 where I've used gameplay mods. I think FC 26 has to go in trash, you know. I think once you use a gameplay mod, it's like the fact that they hyped up the gameplay so much as well, because FC 25's was so bad, but they ruined it so quickly. And the fact that I've ended up having to use a gameplay mod in a game where they've specifically focused on the gameplay, so far don't really have any fond memories of FC 26. So that is the tier list for the main FIFA games for me. So 3 GOAT games: FIFA 07, FIFA 13, FIFA 22. It kind of shows the sort of, on average, we get a GOAT game. Well, I mean, like what? FIFA 07 to FIFA 13 was 6 years. FIFA 13 to FIFA 22 is 9 years. So if you look at it like that, the next GOAT game we'll get, in my personal opinion, is going to be what? FC 28 or 9, probably? I didn't mean for it to be this much of an even split, but it is an even split, and I love the fact that it is. Now we move on. We've got 4 games left. 3 World Cup games and 1 FIFA Street. 2006 Germany World Cup on the PS2. I loved this game. I didn't play it an awful lot, but I did love this game. That is nostalgia based though. The gameplay, nowhere near FIFA 07. Absolutely nowhere near FIFA 07. Also not really near to FIFA 08 either, but it's going to have to go in the same as FIFA 08. It's going to go in meh. Now, 2010 World Cup South Africa. I also played it on the Wii as well, and I forgot about that. Okay, let's combine the two. I owned it on the Wii, didn't own it on the PS3 until very, very late. The Wii game was actually quite good, but it was just like FIFA 10 in terms of its gameplay style. It had the same features as FIFA 10 did, but it did have a really good game mode where you could you started off with a really terrible squad, like your own team basically. You started off with a really terrible squad, and then you play countries, and you could steal a player from those countries, or you could, you got given players you could take for your squad. I'm going to put 2010 World Cup South Africa decent. I really liked the gameplay on PS3. Very similar to FIFA 10's, but better. In fact, I think the 2010 South Africa World Cup game was the first FIFA game I played on that generation of console. Brazil World Cup 2014. This one was kind of the opposite of the 2010 South Africa one. 2010 South Africa, great gameplay, not very deep in terms of game modes though, I don't think. Whereas the 2014 World Cup Brazil, follow on from FIFA 14, which was trash, and it was also only released on the previous gen at that point. It wasn't released on the PS4 and Xbox One. It's the opposite to the 2010 game. Absolutely jam-packed full of great game modes, but awful gameplay. I think that's going to have to go in meh, along with the 2006 one. I mean, I also didn't really give myself many favours by the fact that when this game came out, I broke my wrist and couldn't really play games for a couple of weeks. And then the final game is FIFA Street. I'm not talking about the original FIFA Street. I'm talking about the one that was released on PS3 and Xbox 360 during FIFA 12. This, out of every single game in this list, is my favourite out of them all. If you're including the World Cup games and FIFA Street in this list, FIFA Street, miles clear of every other game. Absolutely. FIFA Street is the one game in this list that I always go back to and play. I still have my original what's the freaking mode called again? I can't remember what the mode was called, but you could basically... it was so good! Basically built your own team, you could sign real players, or you could create all of your own players. And if you created your own players, they would become better than the real players. You had to go through different stages. So in my case, you'd start in England and you play through different modes, culminating in a tournament at the end. But there we go. That is my FIFA tier list. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Obviously, remember, this is entirely my opinion, and obviously everyone has different opinions. Like, I know that for a fact that FIFA 17 being in trash and FIFA 16 being in good is going to be... a lot of people are going to disagree with that, and I know that. Please be respectful in your opinions and don't come and attack me just because you don't believe that FIFA 17 is trash. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you like what you see and you want to see more. And if you don't want to miss a video, hit that little bell somewhere near the subscribe button. You'll get a notification every time that I upload if you select all notifications. Until next time, thanks so much for watching, and peace.